Why does my adult child still live at home? Psychology and realities. Welcome to the Danish Reset. If you are here today, chances are you have an adult child who is still living at home. And while you love your son or daughter deeply, you may also feel frustration, confusion, shame, or even guilt, asking yourself, am I doing something wrong? Did I fail somehow as a parent? The truth is, you are not alone. Millions of parents across the United States are facing this exact situation, and what I want to share with you today is both the hard realities of society that contribute to this problem and the deeper psychological factors that keep adult children from leaving the nest. Let's start with the social and economic realities. It is not just your household or your parenting. Over the past 2 decades, housing costs and rents have skyrocketed, especially in large cities. Many young adults simply cannot afford an apartment or even a shared space on their own. The job market is more competitive than it used to be, career paths start later, and student debt weighs heavily on most young people, often for years after graduation. On top of that, culturally, it has become more acceptable to live at home longer than in past generations. What used to be considered embarrassing is now called boomerang kids, or economic necessity. So the first truth I want you to understand is that this is not only about your family, it is a widespread trend shaped by bigger forces. Once you see this, you can let go of carrying all the blame yourself. But of course, economics is only half the story. Let's talk about the psychological reasons. For many adult children, staying at home is not simply about saving money. It is about comfort, safety, and security. Home represents a place where they do not have to face the full pressure of the outside world. Sometimes parents describe it as, my child just doesn't want to grow up. But in reality, it is rarely about laziness or lack of will. Often, fear is the driving force. Fear of failing, fear of not being able to cope, fear of loneliness, fear of the unknown. From your perspective as a parent, it can feel like rejection, as if all your efforts to raise them to be independent somehow didn't work. But here is the truth. Your child's timeline is not a reflection of your value as a parent. It is an expression of their own inner struggles, and those struggles are complex. Now, let's talk about what this feels like for you. Maybe you are irritated, thinking, when will he finally leave? I need my space back. Maybe you feel guilt. Did I overprotect her? Did I spoil him? Maybe you feel shame. What will my friends, family, or neighbors think if they know my 28-year-old is still in the basement? Perhaps you even feel hopeless. Will this ever change? Let me say it clearly. All of those emotions are valid. You are allowed to want privacy, peace, and freedom in your own home. You are allowed to expect your adult child to take responsibility for their life. Having these feelings does not make you a bad parent. It makes you human. So what can you actually do? Step 1 is to acknowledge the complexity of the situation and release the idea that it is only your job to fix it. Step 2 is to begin gentle conversations. Avoid blame and confrontation, because that only creates resistance. Instead, use open questions like, how do you see your life 1 year from now? 3 years from now? 5 years from now? Make it about dreams and vision, not just about chores or deadlines. Step 3 is to set loving boundaries inside the home. If your child is an adult, it is fair and healthy to ask for contributions, whether financial, practical, or both. Clear agreements about rent, household responsibilities, or schedules are not punishments. They are a form of mutual respect. Step 4 is to be open about emotions. Share that you love them, but also that you need your own space and independence too. When they see your vulnerability, they may feel safer sharing their own fears. And finally, step 5. Remember that this is a process, not a quick fix. You are not failing because the situation takes time. You are creating the foundation for growth, both for your child and for yourself. At the Danish Reset, my mission is to help parents like you reclaim peace of mind and build healthier family dynamics in this very modern challenge. So, if you recognize yourself in this video, know this. You are not broken, you are not alone, and there are concrete steps you can take to move forward with compassion, strength, and clarity. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe, because in the next video, I will share specific strategies on how to start those difficult conversations without conflict.